So today's topic is why manifestations don't happen. So, which are the three main areas of your life that you want to manifest, or we want to manifest? All of us want to manifest three parts of our life.
Finances, relationships, health.
Perfect. Charu knows it like perfect. We all know that. Relationships. Let's look at relationships first. And this is something which is always, which comes up from the time that I learned family constellations. And I love the way the family constellation group, it is there. It's there. And Hitesh puts it up very often that in the eyes of your partner, you see the eyes of your mother. And from the mother comes the mother wound. And that is all that everyone is asking. Acha, mother wound, mother wound, mother wound. But let's understand mother wound is so deep because when our mother was in the womb of her mother, we were one of those many ovums in her ovary. So our imprints are not just that of our mother, it is of our grandmother too. And these are very deep works, very deep works. And how many of us, just many of us talk, and let me just say the next part is the finance, the wealth. That has to do a lot with our fathers. Many of us say, oh, we have fantastic relationships with our fathers and mothers. Yet, relationship issues, yet, financial issues. My question is, how do you define good relationships with your father and mother? This is a
Or you can
question.
authentically be yourself and help them understand the person you are changing and evolving into, which might be different from their definition of acceptance.
Absolutely. And how many of us have had the liberty to be ourselves with our parents? Everyone says, fantastic. I have had no fights with my parents. Very good relationship. And yet having money and relationship issues.
No fight is the sign of a good relationship. Seriously.
Seriously? Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. Like, if that means if you have no difference of opinion, how is it for that? Then you are not being yourself.
Exactly. In the love and the loyalty for our parents, we have simply done and said what they wanted to avoid the conflict. Let's understand something. We've been avoiding conflicts. We have not had good relationships. How many of us have the guts to avoid conflict? Have the guts to encounter the relationships rather than 1 minute. I'm going to just mute everyone because there is an echo. So I'll request everyone to mute, unmute, speak, and then mute back. Okay. All right. How many of us have had conflicts with our parents and had resolutions with those conflicts? Not now, in your growing years.
A few.
All of them. And Neha says exactly, be yourself authentically. In our teenage years, how have we behaved with our parents? Because from the ages of 14 to 21 is that time when we are trying to leave our nest. And our parents, especially the Indian parents, want to hold on to their little fledglings. Oh, बच्चा है, कुछ नहीं समझता है. I am more intelligent than them. And this
We
is,
were, yeah,
yes,
we were not allowed to answer back a question in our generation. Maybe younger, it's different. But during my time, we just had to obey.
and obeying was a virtue. Because every time some relative or friend came, देखो इतना अच्छा बच्चा है, मेरी हर बात मानता है. And the fathers were the fiery figures. एक बात बोल दिया तो बोल दिया. And then we out of love and loyalty, हाँ एक बार बोल दिया तो बोल दिया, हम लोग सुन लेंगे. And this is not what I call as healthy relationships between parents. And the mother, half the time she didn't know how to handle the issues, sent to father. How many of us have had the dialogue we have heard? Wait till your father comes home. That was the ultimate Ramban of our mothers. Wait till your fathers come.
Especially during our times.
In
We
my
were not
time
allowed.
too.
We were not allowed to talk at all. We had to be home by 6 o'clock before the lights came out. Oh, it was one. Anyway, let's not.
And then all we have is suppressed energy, suppressed emotions, suppressed want to do's. And all these come out in our kids with compounded interest. And then we are the sandwich generation. कि माँ बाप को भी देखो और बच्चों को भी देखो. Where are our manifestations? And what happened? Yes.
I said we did not have time to do anything of that sort. We were just following their orders and behaving the way they wanted us to behave.
And then the same thing happens with our children. So we've completed so many years of our life in the frequency of so many emotions. And I want to share this emotion chart with all of you. Can you see it? And then we are given, acha, go and listen to this 444 frequency and listen to this frequency and listen to that frequency. Your frequency will go up. So let's understand where we all have been. When we are not allowed to do what we want and we become the obedient people, the first step is boredom. कुछ है ही नहीं करने के लिए, जो हमको करना है वो करने नहीं दे रहे हैं. Now we have to do what they want to do. Pessimism. Because what they want to do is not our life purpose, not always. Frustration, irritation, impatience, overwhelm, disappointment, doubt, worry, blame. तुमको कुछ आता ही नहीं है, इतना कुछ कराया तुम्हारे लिए फिर भी nothing. All those dialogues. Discouragement, anger. And here is where we finally reach a stage of revenge, having hateful thoughts about the people who we are supposed to love. Jealousy, because you see others thriving, you can't thrive. Insecurity, guilt, unworthiness, fear, grief, depression, powerless, and victim. There are every points of time when we wake up and say we want to change our lives. And every one of you here and say, okay, now if we get that opportunity as young ones, not now, we are content, we are hopeful, there's optimism in our life, there's a belief of positivity, enthusiasm, passion, and the joy, the knowledge, empowerment, the freedom, the love, the appreciation brings in manifestations in our life. A lot of us use words that are used by our parents. And if you actually, the dialogues that I have given are all dialogues of the downward spiral. I'm sorry, I'd like to speak about this. Why are we sorry? Because the British have taught us this fantastic word called sorry. Fatima, I'll send this on the group, don't worry. Boredom comes when when we do something which we don't want to do. नहीं करना है. And every word has a vibration. Let's start from below. Grief, 0 to 2 hertz. Fear, 0 to 2.2 hertz. Resentment, 0.6 to 3.3 hertz. Fury and rage, 0.5 hertz. And so on and so forth. Please, should I read them all out? Snobbery, 0.8. Irritation and worry, 0.9 to 3.8. Anger, 1 to 4. A sense of superiority or disregard, 1.9. 1 to 9. Self-pity, regret, self-reflection, pessimism, 3. And we are talking about 400 hertz and above. That we need to be in the frequency of money, the frequency of love. So everywhere we are between, while we are in the downward spiral, We are between 0 and 9 hertz. How can we reach the frequency of 200? Forget 400. Then we go, okay, we are feeling very lovable and all, and then we fall down again. When we are going through these kind of frequencies, how do we expect ourselves to manifest? And then there is a false manifestation. Oh, I have self-love. Are you really feeling self-love, or are you just speaking about it? Here I open the space for everyone to give me their opinions. Everyone has have shut their videos off.
Oh, how do I do that?
Okay, I got disconnected. So where was I the last? What did you hear last? Frequency. Okay. Now I want you to tell me at what frequency you all are.
Can we see the image again? Your screen sharing also start.
Okay. Just a minute.
The voice is cracking.
My voice? Is my voice?
Now it's better. It's better now.
What is there at that red line that is separating the downward spiral and the upward spiral?
Geetu,
Yes.
hi. What about self-pity, regret, self-reflection, pessimism?
Yeah, that's a
Are we,
three.
I'm at present this mode.
Correct. We all are. See, one thing, the reason to show this spiral and the frequency is to accept that we are at some point between 0 and 9. And this is that line.
So is it because I heard something that your parents, how, whether you're having some differences with your parents, is that the result now?
Let's understand it's one, parents is one of the results.
Okay, no, I had a fantastic set of parents and no problem. But I had after I got married, because I had a very liberal outlook, and my parents also, were very understanding. But after I got married, I found everything changed. They were quite, my in-laws were quite orthodox.
And I
Not my
always,
husband, but so that really, hampered my growth.
when it's with relationship, we always go back to the parents.
Okay. Not in-laws.
No, the in-laws, the partners are all a reflection of our parents. One part. And the second part is their upbringing, their ancestors, their past lives with you. And this red line in the center, can you all see this red line?
Yes.
Which changes the downward spiral to the upward spiral, is exactly what is acceptance. Okay, yes, this everything in the downward spiral is happening with me. And the day I accept that this downward spiral is happening with me, I take complete responsibility of moving from 0 to 9 hertz to the first step of 36 hertz. Imagine from 9 to 36 is the jump that you have the day you accept that all this is a part of me, and I take complete responsibility of whatever is happening in my surroundings. It's my responsibility to change, not my father's, not my mother's, not my siblings, not my partner, in-laws, children. They will behave exactly how they are behaving, and it is me who is going to change. From there, it's a jump from 0 to 36 or from 9 to 36. Any questions until now?
Gitu, change means how change? Yeah, adjusting is there.
No, adjusting is not a change.
No, change means how can you have been brought up in a certain way for certain years. How suddenly a change can happen in you?
I'm asking you, why are all of you here? Because every one of us is uncomfortable in the space that we are. We want a movement, we want a change where we become optimistic, where we see things in a flow. And till the time we are in the blame, where is the blame part of it? That is the resentment. We are in the frequency of 0.6 to 3.3. This happened because of this one, this happened because of that. And let's understand, it's not to be blamed. Because a person can give you only what they have received. If our parents have given us something, it's because they have received that. If our siblings are giving us something, because they have received that. And here is something which I want to take it to an extension of the collective consciousness. Prior to the World War I, when radios were created, there was a frequency of love, peace. And the leaders of the world were like, oh my God, what's going to happen? With so much of peace, we have nothing to do. So they changed the frequencies on the radios to bring in the World War. And everyone got involved because they were listening to the radio, because that was the only form of entertainment. And this is actually spoken about, if you Google it, you will read about this. Today I miss Salma Sultan because with a straight face, she read the news in 10 minutes. And in those 10 minutes, throughout the day, we knew everything that was happening in the world. Today, people are watching TV 24 hours and listening to what's happening, getting involved in politics and religion, and creating chaos in their space. So, the day that politics and religion stop between families, there are very few words to flow. Step number 1 is to do exactly that. Honor everybody's political and religious views, honor yours, but don't get into arguments with them. Second thing, as I said, frequency. Every word, every alphabet has a frequency. When we demean ourselves, oh, I'm not that good. Oh, it comes from my this mind and that mind. We are simply repeating the words that were told to us by our elders, the people in authority. From school, from our homes, maybe even from work. Please give it back to them. They don't belong to you. That comes from judgments. Oh, I want to earn $1 billion. But the dollar आपका है या नहीं है? नहीं है. First, bring it into your currency. When it comes to those checks, abundance checks, how many of you all have done those abundance checks and not worked? Have they worked?
What is the abundance checks?
Oh, there was this one phase about 2-3 years ago. Everyone was given those abundance checks and written from the universe, get $1 billion and stuff like that.
No, it has not worked.
Not work. Not work.
How can it work if those words are still in your head? And that clutter is the clutter that you see in your space. How many of our homes still carry the gifts from our parents, which we don't want? Which we don't want, and that is the मेरे बाप ने मुझे दिया इसलिए मैंने आपको दे दिया, मेरी माँ ने दिया इसलिए मैंने तुम्हें दे दिया. Metaphorically, what are you getting?
मुझे disappointment मिला है. I'm giving it to you also.
Charu Gupta also had something to say.
I was saying unwanted things basically.
And if your world is going to be filled with all of this, where is the space for manifestation? चादर उतनी ही फैलाओ जितने पैर हो and all of that. नहीं, पैर उतनी ही फैलाओ जितनी चादर हो. हेलो, किंग साइज चादर भी आती है. और चादर ही क्यों? I can fell my feet without the chadar also. What's the problem? The earth is my bed. How many of us have sat through Hindi lessons of muhavaras and English lessons of idioms? What is it called? the English equivalent of the muhavras. And then we are actually sitting and giving explanations for each of them. Iska matlab, what does this mean and what does it imply? So today's task for everyone is to change that in your life. In the world of, in most worlds, there are only 5 elements: fire, air, water, earth, and ether. If the 4 elements of earth, that is fire, air, earth, water, are not balanced, how will you reach ether? The difference in modality of shamanism and others is only one, that we deal with our ordinary reality. Get the shit done. That means clean your mess. Express what you have not expressed until now. But don't lament, because lamenting again is in the frequency of 0 too. We go around telling everyone, my father did this, my mother did this, my life is so bad, there is no money, there is no relationship, there is no good health. Empty yourself once and for all, come to that red line, and you will begin your upward journey. And how are you all doing that? We are all talking affirmations while still lamenting, I don't have money in my bank. First thing, journal. And I don't say buy books, because we have the modern techniques of having a Word file in our laptops, desktops. You can always edit it going on a timeline, right? Everything down. Because only when you are empty, then only will you be able to think positive or be optimistic. The next step is seek help. Because you have received help in being from 0 to 9. It's time to seek help to go to the upward. You need help only in the first few frequencies. The day you have the tools, you're spiraling upwards. And that's when you begin to manifest. Second most important thing is, our goals are, our manifestations are something which we desire, but know that it is not going to happen. We all want $1 million, as they say. But what is possible is going on in my mind. Nahi hoga. Nahi hoga. And in our brain, when we think, 80% of our blood flow is only in our brain. The rest of our body needs only 20%. So the thoughts that manifest in the blood, nahi hoga, will, when it mixes in the heart, will go to all the remaining parts of the body, especially into our spine. नहीं होगा तो नहीं होगा, manifest हो गया. So there is this theory of manifestations. The floor is now open to all of you, and I will answer the question.
Lot
Yeah.
of food for thought today.
Other than food for thought.
Geetu, when you say acceptance, after optimism comes acceptance. But acceptance can also be in a negative form, isn't it? That you accepted your situation as what it is now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how does it go above the red line?
So what is acceptance? That does happen in my life. Okay. But what is the acceptance is accepting what has happened. But what is it that you want at this acceptance stage? Do you want to remain in that situation? Or do you want to change that situation?
Okay, understood.
Because that red line is the line which either takes you down or it takes you up. Because
so there's always a fluctuation, you know?
Yeah, look, if our heartbeat is going up and down, it is also showing our frequency of going up and down. I can't remain in a frequency of 200 hertz at all points of time. We are human beings, and our situation around us changes our frequencies. What happens is when we change our frequency, we either fall into that situation or we don't fall into that situation. So where we are at 200, we should not dip to 0. So we dip to say 50. So we are not below the red line. And accept, okay, I dipped to 50 for this point of time, but I can come back up again. Not to remain in that frequency is the purpose of our life. That's what I said. People are not going to change. We have to change. Yeah, Bina.
It was very shocking for me to see just now the spiral coming down. Every word that was there. Yeah, my daughter is here right now, and I'm seeing this in her. I mean, I was thinking about this yesterday, that she has come to the point of the last one, literally. My question here is, what does this indicate to me, and where is it all coming from, literally? Okay, as you said that it comes from the parents, so of course I'm the parent, so is my husband. So how do we, she's become very quiet, she's not bubbly at all, she's really going through the worst at the moment. She's not saying a word, but I can see her the way she's reacting. And she's just been here for 2 weeks, and she's saying, I'm bored here, I want to go back, literally. So this was very it was like in my face.
So, what you have given her has definitely been the vibration that she has received from the world too. See, what our parents give us is our vibration, but the same vibration we attract. That's a law of attraction. So begin the change at your end towards her as a responsible parent. Take help. If you are not able to receive help, take help from outside. Because when you are in that situation, you're still not above. See, it is all about rising above like an eagle.
Yes.
And when you are in that situation, especially with your children who are a part of your DNA, very tough. Take
Yes.
the help of a therapist who can help you identify what's creating this, how you can change it, and make those changes in your ordinary life to, it doesn't happen overnight.
No.
I go back to that turtle that I had put up, where there are 13, just 1 minute, Ranjan, I'll just explain. Where there are 13 moon cycles and 28 days of each, equaling to 364 days. 13 months, 28 days, 364 days, and that's an entire solar calendar. That's the time that it takes to make a change in your life. The 4 C's and the shaman's wheel has 4 seasons. You have to go through all the seasons, all the emotions, the entire. See, the clock is a circle. The minute's hand moves through all to create all the numbers to create that change of an hour. The hour goes through twice to make a change in a day. The unfortunate part is we think, chalo, aaj ye therapy ho gaya, tomorrow the change has to be seen. It's coming from our ancestors and it's coming from the beginning of time. And here again, what is the reason we take birth? To die consciously. When I bring the word consciously, means that whatever has happened, wake up, heal. Because only if you heal will the amends happen. When you heal, your children heal by default. But the change is not seen immediately.
Yes.
So here is where patience, patience, patience is what's important.
So, what would be the best mode of therapy in this case? As we say, it is ancestral, carrying on, DNA, whatever. What would be the best for me, from my point of view?
I will answer this with you separately, because this is very specific to you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're most welcome, Beena. Yes, Ranjana.
Hello, it was super hearing you on this after a long time. Somehow I made it. And the chart which you showed, I had seen in past, but today it was a total different explanation from you, which I have really grabbed. And from that, I have some questions. In the starting, you said, okay, Hopopono, we need to do at least for some days or something. So, for example, the lines behind the emotions below us, below the red line.
Yes.
those emotions as a human being, they come up and go, come up and go. And to maintain on the higher frequencies, that is unconditional love or the love, as a human being, really have to work very hard for them
Yes.
to be in that frequency. But quite often, the lower frequencies keep coming. And only at that time, I'll say, according to my personal thing, I connect, I need to do Ho'oponopono. Okay. And a bit of the things starts getting shift. But again, I forgot to forget to do it on regular basis.
Absolutely normal. Absolutely normal.
So the first statement which you started that time, I thought I shouldn't ask you now, because otherwise we'll go in the other zone itself before the manifestation workshop starts. So my question is that, okay, ideally, how I'll come to know in a relationship my karmic account has got balanced, or my frequencies, my side the frequencies are good. I have, you know, my personal issues a lot. You are my personal counselor too, so I don't need to be very much hidden with the things over here. So on the graph, on the downline, my relationship has improved a lot with that particular friend of mine. But the reciprocity from that person is somewhat same, or everybody has their own way of expressions.
Mm.
And sometimes I can say now 90% of the time I'm able to manage those emotions. So as you have appreciated in back, your manifestation is really getting very faster now. So it's blessed to have you as a mentor and a friend. But still, it's a very challenging situation to have a neutral relationship with that person, because when you are in deep love with someone, and I'm very much clearly figured out with my attachment word. Attachment is a negative possessive word, and whereas a deep love and care is something else.
Mm.
So I want to help how I can be more on the upper scale.
See, the parents also. Now, here is where I'm going to come back to the parents, and here is where, which is something which is, this is two parts. One is, this is my shamanism, and this is the second part, which is family constellation, which also I feel I learned family constellations to understand that it has its roots in shamanism. Everything comes from the family. And families of this lifetime as well as families of past lifetimes. From the beginning of creation until now. When we talk about Ho'oponopono, one of the most important things is from the beginning of creation until now, that includes all the lifetimes. Yes, Sonia, please, thank you so much for being here. Those who want to leave can leave, but I will be continuing till this session is absolutely complete. All right. Let's come back. This is our families in this lifetime, families from a past lifetime too. We are carrying imprints. Now, what happens? Our families have been attached to us. Okay, and what is the attachment? Attachment means we are responsible to give them feedback of our life. Today I went for a dinner with a friend, but I have to come back and report home. See, when attachment is there, it is like leeching onto you. When genuine love and care is there, concern is there, there's no latching on. It means that I love you, I care for you. Give you a simple example. Someone you love has fallen ill, needs to be taken to the hospital. That person is going through all those 0 to 36. Attachment is when you latch on to those emotions and fall into those emotions. Love and care is, I understand you're going through all of this. If you have made me responsible for taking you to the hospital, let me think straight. I need to take you into emergency. Do I need to take you into OPD? Do I need to take you to a doctor? What is it that I need to do? I have to be level headed at that point of time to take the right decisions for you with respect to medical help. Just give me a small example. The moment I will fall, oh my God, this is happening. You have to do this. You have to change this. The doctors will get your vibration and take you for a long ride. So being focused, okay, yes, this person is in a relationship going through this. This is my point of helping this person. I will do my best. But then comes the next part. Does this person want to receive your help? True. You are giving. Who is receiving? There is a giving and a receiving. जब मुट्ठी बंद होता है ना, whatever you give, sorry, I forgot to switch off my phone today. Oops.
गीतू चॉकलेट्स खाओ.
हाँ मैं खाती हूँ. It's so inbuilt in us, even I can say sorry so many times. So we were back to this. जब मुट्ठी बंद होती है तो it's not even receiving, it's going down the drain.
तो सामने वाले की बंद है तो हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते.
The true relationship happens.
OMG, I'll show you one. I'll share one pic with you.
Okay. And spirituality does not have to be so serious. So, because there is a frequency of laughter.
Yeah. So Ho'oponopono has to be done. Keep on doing with the relationships.
With everything.
Everything, but the thing is most.
With respect to you,
needed.
yes.
Yeah.
I'll take a separate session with you and give you your scripting with respect to your this kya karna chahiye.
So
because Ho'oponopono, what until now has been, what has happened is now people are coming to me with scripting for their special issues. So that is also what I've started. But yes, September is the month for my workshop, which is all about alignment of the 5 elements, your chakras, and of your divine feminine and masculine, something which I've been speaking about. And as you align, you come closer and closer to the purpose in your life that you and your creator have decided for you. Because before you take birth, you and your creator have decided, okay, yes, you are going to do this in life. And because of your family circumstances, extended family circumstances, collective consciousness circumstances, we move away from our life path. So the universe first gently nudges you. And when you don't listen to that nudge, it gives you one chota sa slap. And then when you still don't listen to it, it gives a harder treatment so that you finally come to your life purpose. What is your life purpose? Only you and your creator know. And let's understand one more thing. my biggest lesson, that because of circumstances, our consciousness is in 100 places. We don't know what our life purpose is. True. Two things I swear by. One is shamanism, and one is family constellations. Ho'oponopono is a part of shamanism. When you've aligned yourself, something that I swear by is Jinsen Jitsu. That is awakening the 1,44,000 points in your body that some of them may have gone to sleep because of abuse and trauma in your life. There is another part, which is the frequencies of sound, which are with each of those 52 parts of your body to awaken and bring them to the right frequency. And that is what my mentor called it as sounds of Shiva. So these are what I can talk about. We have therapists here, Charu, who does family constellations. And I'm so blessed that she has included Ho'oponopono in her family constellation. Thank you, Charu. Now the floor is again open to you all before we wrap up for the day. Yeah, Neha.
What's Jinsen Jinsu? I've never heard of it.
Okay. Jinsen Jitsu is the gentle art of touching your body and awakening. So it's on the it's a Japanese method, which is based on the assumption that you have 1,44,000 pulse points in your body.
Mm.
Over a period of time, what happens in our surroundings, we those pulse points stop pulsating the way they're supposed to pulse. They won't be pulsating at the frequency that they are supposed to pulsate. Some of them may even go off to sleep, not dead, sleep. So we have this way of gently touching our body and awakening those pulse points.
Can you show it to us next time, maybe?
Yes, I
Like,
can
could
do
we
a
do that?
demo. I can do a demo of it and we can follow the demo.
Do you plan to have a workshop on that?
Yes. Yes. So my workshop on Jinsen Jitsu will be in October after my September batch is complete. Because for September, I give a lot of time for mentoring the students. That is literally like hand holding them for the entire 9 days of the workshop. Yeah, Charu. You've unmuted yourself. Charu Gupta.
No, no, I was asking you about your workshop only.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes, I will have that. I will begin it as soon as this is over on the 31st. So what happens during that workshop? I'll explain that when I take Jinsen Jitsu as a subject completely.
Interesting. And how many sessions would that be, Geetu?
Jinsen Jitsu? So the first and the last are online. The rest of the 26 are a WhatsApp. So it's a month long to activate each of those points.
Yes, Geetu, I would like to share my experience. I've done
Yes.
both shamanism and Genshin Jitsu. Today, like when I saw the chart, the downward spiral and upward spiral, I was comparing myself where I am 1 year before and now where I am after shamanism and
Did-
after shamanism and Genshin Jitsu. before I used to get anger, there were so many relationship blockages, abundance blockages. And I was just waiting for the result. But you always told Lakshmi, have patience, have patience. A small change in one day. Yeah, that by that one word by you, it brought a lot of shift in me. And today, yeah, regard to my relationship, abundance, everything, I can just see the huge shift in myself.
Thank you.
And even Jinshin Jitsu, lot of release. I could release so many things. Now, if I get anger or irritation, also it's only for certain period of time. Before I used to get anger, it used to last about 2 to 3 days. I used to not talk to people. I was like, "Nahi, मैं सही हूँ." But now I started getting changes in me. Detach करके now I can, yeah, I'm very happy I've been part of this both shamanism and Jinshin Jitsu. Thank you so much for always there, guiding me as a mentor, as a friend. I'm really blessed, Ketu. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you, Lakshmi, for accepting to come into shamanism and waiting for an entire 1 year to see the changes. And your journey, of course, because you've taken the tools very seriously, very on, like with utmost sincerity you work. That's why you have been able to see the results. So all up to you, whatever you work with in your life, Lakshmi.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
And I
of
want
course,
to also with everyone. My first question was like when shamanism word I heard, it was like, what is shamanism? Should I go for it? What is this totally about? But only once I got to, like, I was initiated with shamanism, yeah, I got to see so many shares.
thank you, Lakshmi.
So
Thank you
much
so
blessed.
much. Thank you. Just let me see the chat. And all right. How do you spell shamanism? Oh, Jinsen Jitsu. Let's have a session on Jinsen Jitsu next time. Until then, any questions? No questions? So shall we wrap up the day today? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charu.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Geetu.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Geetu.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Geetu.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you, Geetu.
See you again next Saturday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.